All right, friends. Hello. So it is finals week, or we're coming up in finals week. Today is the last day of classes here in Rochester. My hair looks like a mess. Sorry. Today's the last day of classes, so it's finals week, which means I'm going home soon, which is awesome. Uh, there's a lot of packing, a lot of planning, and it's weird. I usually do these before long trips, but there's not a lot else that happens in my life. Um, I have a lot of good news, though. So, the last video, I talked about the van project that I wanted to do, that I was planning and I was waiting on an email for. Well, I am very happy to say that this past Friday, I got an email back and we are good to go with this project. I'm currently trying to sort out all of the details, be it travel and parts and all of that, which there is an update for that we're going to find out in I think about a week of actual time. But there's a lot going through there, which is awesome. However, once I get some stuff packed today, I'm going to fill you in on a little bit more of the information as to travel plans and why I might actually be driving to California rather than flying. Trust me, there is a reason. It's not just because I want to. Okay, so it's been a little bit more than a couple hours. As you can see, I'm completely changed and 95% packed and ready to go home. It's Friday. Exams are done. I'm out of here tomorrow. Quick update. I know 4 days ago I talked about the van and traveling and all that. It's not going to happen when I want it to. So I'm still going to go look at a car. I don't think I talked about that. I'm going to do that on the drive home again, like I did in the last one, because that was actually a really good way to spend the drive. I'm still going to go through and plan some stuff and make, get plans, make part lists, make all that fun stuff. But time's just not going to work. Like, even if I had the money to buy parts right this second, by the time the custom parts are going to show up, I'm already going to be on my way home. So it's not possible to do right this second. I'm going to see if I can talk and push it back to, July, August at some point. But who knows? We'll see when it comes to that. I have a little bit more packing to do, but tomorrow, I just realized this about 20 minutes ago, tomorrow is a spring car show here at RIT. And that, I think, is going to be one of the last things I do here before I leave, if not the last thing. So I'm going to finish packing everything up. I'm not going to show you any of that because that's boring. And we're just going to get straight into the car show. All right, there it is. Let's go. Alright, that was a pretty good show. I was hoping to talk to a couple people and get a couple people's opinions in here, but overall it was honestly really fun. There was an old J200. I don't remember if I got pictures, but focus on it. It is beautiful. There was a lot of, racing cars and drift cars, which are not particularly my thing. I like stuff that can go anywhere, not just go fast. But I gotta walk like a quarter mile back across campus, get the rest of my stuff, and then jump in the car and leave. So I'll see you in the car, and I'm gonna talk through some stuff.
All right, friends, we are on the way home from college, in case you can't tell by the fact that I have my car loaded basically to the roof. That car show that I went to before I left was not my speed particularly. It was a lot of more modern vehicles. I know I already said this, but it was a lot of drift and rally type vehicles, which they are very well built. Do not get me wrong. I love the idea of it, but they're just not my speed. Like, I'm driving a beat up Jeep from the 2000s. I don't have a Subaru lowered that's set to be going 70 miles an hour down a dirt road. That's just not my speed. Speaking of Subarus, perfect transition. I want to talk about the van project a little bit and give some updates on that. So when I first started recording this video about a week ago, I had just gotten confirmation that I was good to come down to California. The price was good. I was good to work on the van and do the engine swap. I was planning to do that in about 2.5, 3 weeks-ish. But the problem right now is time. There's legitimately not time to get parts. So I'm going to be ordering stuff mostly from Rock Auto is the plan. And they'll arrive in time. I mentioned these guys in the last video, Kennedy Engineering. They are going to be the backbone of this conversion. They have all of the parts needed to do the conversion. They have pretty much everything that I can't buy in a parts shop. And the problem with what they do is their stuff gets custom machined. So if I ordered it right now, it would be showing up in 5 weeks, which is fine if it were me. But the problem is, if I ordered it right this second, if I had the money right now and I ordered it right now, it wouldn't be showing up until like the last 3 days that I'd be in California. And 3 days, despite the fact that I'm confident I could do it, 3 days is not enough time for me to be confident that I can do the swap professionally and get it done to the level of quality that I want it to be. So that's being slightly delayed. I am, however, still meeting with Marshall this upcoming Monday. I'm going to meet with him and look at a full Subaru he has that I might be driving to California. If the Subaru is good and he's willing to save it for a couple months, I'll drive it down because I'm going to have all the parts I would need for the vehicle on hand right there. So I'm going to meet with him there. And like I mentioned the last time I went home over Easter, I want to look at the Comanche he has. I'm not going to let myself forget that. If I can make that thing work and he'd be willing to sell it at a reasonable discount because the frame's kind of screwed, there we go. But yeah, that's really the biggest updates. At this moment, I'm just going to cruise and get home. And I'm actually going to put footage in of driving this time because I'm going to remember to get it before it overwrites itself on a completely different drive. All right, little bit of a driving update. We are about 10 minutes from home, which is awesome. I mean, that was a 4.5-hour drive, 300 miles, and really nothing that interesting happened. I mean, I was talking to you guys for 20, 30 minutes, but that's about it. I'm just going to keep on keeping on. I'm going to get home, get all of this crap unpacked, unloaded, into the house. Maybe not all tonight, but at least a good chunk of it. Probably spend tomorrow chilling, and then I'll get back to you guys on Monday because I'm going to go visit Marshall and, see about that Subaru, see about that Comanche he's got, and see about, literally everything else moving forward. See you then.
Okay, it is Monday. It's been Monday for about 10 hours. I'm finally headed over to Marshall's. I was up about 4 hours ago because we got a horrendous rainstorm, and a lot of gravel just flooded the driveway, like washed it out onto the road. It was really bad. So I had to help Dad with that for a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna get moving, go to Marshall's, and I might see if he wants to talk a little bit. Okay, so we are at Marshall's yard. I talked to him for a while. He's an awesome guy, my favorite. This might be the place for us to go because I walk into the yard, and the first thing I run into, we've got two full V8s. I believe this is the 5.3 style I'm looking for. And they've been sitting for a while, but I guarantee I could rebuild them. I'm not buying anything today. I have no money to actually do stuff, but yeah, I'm going to be looking around. There's a Subaru way down in the weeds. There's a record bed that I'm actually going to look at because if I build that for the Comanche, it might be nice just to have that slide in. And then Right up there is the Comanche I talked about last video. We're gonna go through that, take a look, and I'll keep y'all updated. I walk 20 feet. Here, we got a full 5.3 Vortex setup, which is exactly what I'm looking for. It's got transmission transfer case, it's got 4-wheel drive, it looks to be all in one piece. I want to know his price, but I know it's going to be too rich for my blood right now. All right, we've made it to Subaru, and it's, unfortunately, I don't think going to work. I'm going to flip it around and show a little bit more, but I don't think this is the play. So here she is. Front end damage to a tree or something. Crushed the radiator, which is fine. I was going to try and buy a new one, but I don't know how well you can see. It's wedged real deep into the engine. Like, it's crushing pulleys. Belts are gone. I don't even know what's going on with these brackets, but they're bent and they're screwed to high heaven. Over that away is the box I'm going to look at, but it sucks. It's beautiful, but she's just rotten, and, well, not even rotten. She's damaged enough that it ain't worth my time. All right, now this is more my speed. It's a 90, no, this is a 2001 because she's got the fuel injectors. Disappointing because I was looking for maybe some interior parts. I got some stuff buried in there that'd actually be really nice to have for the Comanche, but she doesn't exist. Good doors though. Like, if I need doors, I know where to come. I think I'm having too much fun at the junkyard, but this is, I don't even know exactly what this is. Somebody's gonna yell at me because, oh no, I don't know exactly what model of vehicle this is, but it's beautiful, I'll tell you that much. If it wasn't for the bulleted glass, it's a Buick. If it wasn't for the bulleted glass and the lot of rust on that, that's too zoomed in. If it wasn't for the lot of rust, and if I had money, it'd be coming home with me. There's a box truck. I'm actually gonna check that out. Probably gonna find nothing, but I'm curious. What the hell? Might as well. Well, if anybody here likes Toyotas, there's an MR2 kicking around. It's actually somewhat decent. The windshield shattered. I'm across a river from the actual junkyard because I saw that Chevy truck. Then I looked and I saw this kicking across. Making my way over to Comanche, which is the big prime target of today's video. We're passing by the fun Cherokee again. I just want to look for other Cherokees and see what parts there are. We'll Comanche first, and then Cherokee. Okay, we're taking another pit stop because I found a Subaru again. Except this one's better. It's not accident damage. Everything looks good on the inside. I mean, it's got all the wiring. It's got, yeah, I'm gonna drop the good body. No real damage aside from rust that I'm seeing. There's a little scrape there. Looks like somebody rallied this a little bit. Crack in the windshield. That's about it. Like, and this is the year. Oh yeah, the back glass is shattered too. I forgot about that. If I'm gonna get a Subaru from this yard, this would probably be it. But again, that's waiting on responses and just hearing back on a lot of stuff. There she is. See, there's a little bit of body damage, but not that much. Let's go take a closer look. So we've made it to the Comanche. There's a lot of rust, which is to be expected. Some of it is kind of bad. I can't get a camera over there, but this spot on the other side is really rotted through. It's not too great. There's glass shattered a little bit. I mean, the front's in really good condition. Bumper's a little banged up. No, I can't get a camera around here. I'm just being dumb. The doors are very rusty. The mirrors are gone, but I was going to replace the doors anyway. Oh, wait, no. This does have crank windows, so I'll open a door and show you this side. But this is the, that's the rust that I'm worried about right this second. I like good parts in the back, though. What sucks is this is exactly what I want. Like, there's a couple panels missing on the bottom. I will say I don't like the blue interior, but I can replace that. I'm going to get the seat reupholstered anyways. It has the worst version of the dash. Like, I don't know if you can see. Oh, yeah, you can see. There's a fuel gauge instead of a tack. And I want to replace that. So that was going to be replaced eventually. I mean, Beautiful truck. I'm actually going to ask him to see what his price is on this thing. All right, so here stems the first big problem with these. My finger went into the frame. Yeah, it looks like the frame's kind of shot a good bit. Like this is, oh, it's still solid. Never mind, it's not. That's just paint. Oh, nope. No, it's very rotted through, which is stupidly disappointing. We're gonna run over to that yard where they've got a lot of Cherokees that I want to see if I can find parts to at least start a Comanche build. So rip apart the interior, get full, separate color insides, all that fun stuff. Let's give her a look. There's a Samurai over here. It's a modded Suzuki Samurai. Like, we've got lift, we've got big tire, we've got why is it in here? We've got a question. It actually looks really good. Like, I don't know why. I'm kind of tempted to go steal the battery from my car and try and start it just to see, because it's intriguing. I don't see any damage. This is my territory. We got an XJ. We got an XJ. We've got somewhere buried over there is an XJ. Also over there is a fourth. There are so many Cherokees. This is where I need. Problem is most of them are late models and not what I'm looking for. We're gonna start with this one. Okay, let's try and get back here. This is a late model, which is honestly disappointing. I mean, it's fine. We've got good parts. It's been wrecked, but all right. And now we move on. There's a decent OBS Ford back there, but whatever. We're not interested in Fords. We're interested in Cherokees. Second Cherokee is also a late model and has been pretty much stripped clean. I know this third one's a late model, but I want to look at it. I think the fourth one I was thinking of was the ZJ. I know there's a fifth one over there we already looked at, but it's gone. So let's just wander over this way. Here she is. I'm assuming the last Cherokee in Marshall's lot. It's also been relatively picked clean. It's decent on the front. There's no front clip, but it's fine. Okay, so I'm getting back in the car. In case you can't tell from the fact that I'm throwing my phone around, he wants $1,000 solid for that, which, for the fact that you can't find Comanches anywhere, is actually a pretty good deal. For the condition it's in, I'm not fully convinced. I forgot my microphones, so I'm just gonna yell. Sorry about the road noise. The hope is that there's a guy down in Saxonburg that I'm gonna message and see if I can look at the truck and see what he wants for it. It's got no engine, but it's got axles and a pretty decent body. I'm gonna see if I can put that in this video. I might not. We'll honestly just see how time goes and see what, how long this is gonna be. Because if it's over like 20 minutes, we'll scrap that and save that for the next one. But we're heading home. I gotta stop and fill up propane tanks. I will see you there. Okay, so fun update. I got propane and now my car doesn't want to start. So you can see there's nothing on. The keys in the, neutral position. If I turn it, no gauges come on. If I hit the button, nothing happens. I'm gonna go under the hood. I don't know what I did, probably just about. Your man's a moron. It was grounds. The ground was just loose. It didn't look it, but it was almost fully undone. So I'm just gonna crank that down. I'm gonna stop at another off-road shop, see if I get some people to talk to about coil swaps on Comanches and if they have Comanche parts. All right, so it's been a couple days and I do have a few updates. I'm actually in the process of editing this video as we speak. I'm basically done with it except for the ending. I did end up stopping at the off-road shop. I got me some parts manuals, which are great, but they have nothing for Cherokees or Comanches, which I'm not too terribly shocked about. I mean, they've got the entire catalog is the Wranglers and Gladiators. I'm not expecting much else. The Comanche that I was looking at on Facebook, strictly just due to time. I have a couple job interviews. I've got some stuff going on. I do not have the time to go look at that soon. I'll get it eventually. Trust me, the guy's not rushing to sell it. I'm going to go look at it at some point, and I'm going to make a video on that, but it's not going to be this one just due to time constraints. Still haven't heard anything on the van project, so as of right now, that is delayed until further notice. Um, yeah, I don't know when I'm going to release anything next. I've got a job, I've got some stuff going on. The next video is probably going to be about fixing my Jeep or getting it ready for Jeep Fest. Probably fixing, because I've got an inspection in about a week. But I don't know. I'm going to keep you all updated. It's probably going to be a while, so don't stress too much about it. Uh, but I appreciate all y'all watching and, keeping up with everything, keeping up with the very entertaining editing that I've ended up having to teach myself to do. Stick around, like if you want, subscribe. Honestly, feel free to comment and tell me that I'm being an idiot with the way I'm doing a couple things. I will take your advice to heart and then maybe forget it. I don't know. We'll see. But love you guys. Take care.